Hey everybody, this is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of the 1971 Swinging A's. And it's going to be Jim Catfish Hunter on the mound versus Jim Cott. Catfish Hunter righty, 21-11 in 1971, and Jim Cott was 13-14 in 71 with a 3.32 ERA, while Hunter's ERA was 2.96. Jim Cott pitched in 39 games, Hunter in 37 games. So these two pitchers are pretty evenly matched. This is Tabletop Baseball TV. And the lineup for the visiting Oakland A's is going to be Bert Campaneris, the shortstop, leading us off. It's going to be Joe Rudy batting second in left field. And right field is Reginald Martinez Jackson, number 9. Came number 44 later with the Yankees. In the fourth spot, Don Mincher, the first baseman. Batting fifth is third baseman Sal, the captain, Bando. Batting sixth is center fielder Rick, Save the Flag Monday. 1976, took a flag away from two protesters who were about to light it on fire, and became somewhat of a hero, cult hero. Number 7th in the batting order is Dave Duncan, catcher. Batting 8th is Dick Green, the second baseman. Batting 9th is Catfish Hunter. We're right about to get started. Let me introduce Deep Drive Baseball. Plays very quick, plays very easy. You get all the cards. They're very easy to read, extremely easy to see, extremely easy to read. I think the game offers a little bit of Apple, a little bit of Strat, and a little bit of all the other more modern games. It has a little interaction between the batter, the pitcher, and the ballpark as well. It does play with a ballpark card. We're playing Metropolitan Stadium, and that has an effect on the outcomes, the batting outcomes, the pitching outcomes, and so forth. It's practically chartless. You look up charts maybe 4, 5, 6 times, and that's related to range checks and error checks. And the way you start, and we're about to start, you play ball. It's going to be Bert Campaneris, gets in the box against the lefty Jim Cott. You read off the batter first, 0 to 49. If the roll falls within that range, you look at the batter, and you go to 50 to 99. If the range falls within the pitcher. And here goes. We start off with the red. We read that first all the time. That's a 1, so that tells me it's going to be 0 to 49. And the score or the result's going to be 14. And you look on Bert Campaneris' card, 13 to 15, right here, is a strikeout. So Jim Cott gets Campaneris on the curveball. 1 up, 1 down. Next batter is going to be Joe Rudy. That's a 23, and that's some sort of an out. The green is going to tell us that it's a ground ball ripped to second base. Carew. Nice play. 2 out. And it's Reggie Jackson. And that's a 93. That's going to be off the pitcher card, a 0. That's lined and caught by Reese. Hit it on the screws, but right at the first baseman. It's going to be L3, 3 up, 3 down, go bottom second, just like that. Rod Carew is not up. It's going to be Cesar Tovar. There he is. Here's a pitch. That's a 43 and a 7. That's off the batter, and a 7 is a shallow fly to left field. Racing in is Rudy, and he gets there. Rod Carew is next. And a 92 and a 9. That's going to be an out. It's a fly ball center field Monday. 2 up, 2 down. And it's going to be Tony Oliva. And that's an 89 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly to center again. Monday back, a few steps. Squeezes it, and that retires the side. Go to the top of the second. Don Mincher is leading us off. And a 49 and a 5. And that's going to be an out off the batter's card. A 5 is ripped to short. Cardenas in the hole. Long throw to first. In the dirt, but scooped by Reese for the out. Sal Bando. 1 out. 0-1. That's a deep drive. So Sal Bando gets a hold of one, drives it deep to left center field. Back goes Tovar. Back there is Holt. Let's see what happens. And a 0-3 on a 9 is caught. Deep fly ball caught in the outfield, and that's 2 outs. Rick Monday. 0-8, that's line. Base hit for Monday. He's on with a single. He's not a threat to steal, really, so I'm not going to be aggressive with him at all. I'm not really a big base stealer, a big bunter. A little bit more of the Joe Madden style. Just kind of don't want to. But if I have the right player, I will run. Duncan, 72, and a 72 is a 3 ground ball third base. Killebrew scoops it over to first, and that retires aside. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Harmon Killebrew is going to lead us off in 18, and that's going to be ball 4. Killebrew walks. Now, the Twins have a pretty good offense, I'll tell you that. This guy is not one of them. Rich Reese. It's a 95, and a 3 is a ground ball third base. Bando's going to go to second for 1, back to first, not in time. Reese beats it out. 5-4 fielder's choice. Jim Holt is next, the lefty. And a 31 and a 7. That's a fly ball, shallow right. Racing in is Jackson. 2 out. And now it's Leo Cardenas, the right-handed hitting shortstop, who batted .264, 18 home runs. So he's got some good power. 44 is going to be out. And that's chopped to first. Mincher is going to race Cardenas to the bag, and he gets there for the out. Top of the third, Dick Green. 62 off of Jim Cott's card, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So it's a single for Dick Green. And Catfish Hunter's not going to bunt. He's going to bat away at a .350 batting average at 22, and that's strike 3. Down swinging is Catfish Hunter. Next is Bert Campaneris, and that's 0-1. Now, we're doing something a little bit different in this game. We're going to be going 0-0, 11, 22, 33, and 44 to identify wild pitches or pass balls with runners on base. So this is going to become, so we're not going to use this number. If it were a 0-0, we'd check for wild pitches, pass balls. If it were an 11 right now, we would do that. So we're doing a little bit differently. We're going to try something out a little bit different here. So 0-1 is a deep drive off of Bert Campaneris' card. So we're going to roll again and see what happens. And a 15 is going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the left field corner. Tovar after it, rattles around, takes a bounce and gets away from Tovar a little bit, and scoring is Green. Going for 3 is Campaneris. Here's the relay, and not in time. Triple. RBI triple for Bert Campaneris. A scorcher down the line, and it kind of evaded the left fielder, Cesar Tovar. So infield's going to be in now in the top of the third. Trying to stop Campaneris from scoring. That's a 78, and a 9 is a fly ball center field. And if running ability is very fast for Campaneris, he's going to score on this sacrifice fly. There's no real doubt about that. I don't even have to look at this. But I will just to show. So sacrifice fly to the center fielder. And here it is, F8. These get memorized pretty quickly. To home is yes if you're average, yes if you're fast, yes if you're very fast. So you score easily on that. Reggie Jackson up now with 2 out. 2-0 A's. And it's an 80. And a 4 is a soft ground ball to Carew, who charges it. Scoops and throws and gets Jackson by half a step. That retires aside. Mitterwald, the catcher. George Mitterwald. It's a 10, and that is a ground ball through the left side. Rudy gets it in. Mitterwald is on with a single. Cott hits 161, so he's going to be bunting. And a 23 is going to be, he's a pretty decent hitter. And a 6 is going to be a successful bunt. And let's see who that is, too. We'll use that same 6 to decide who it's to as well. Actually, you know what? We can't do that. Here, let's just roll to see who it's to. A 2 is to the catcher. A little number in front of the mound, dunking out from behind the plate. There's only one play, and that's the first. So that's a successful sacrifice. So Mitterwall is on at second base, and Mitterwall's speed, just in case, is going to be an S. So he's a kind of a slow runner, even though it has not so much to do with his speed as to do with the metrics of scoring. Hey, guys, Philip Reynolds, Daniel Patane, all right, Sports Time Machine, and Bob B. There was another thread on Delphi Tabletop. A guy, I think it's almost a setup. I had a feeling a guy goes on there and says, "Hey, I'm a newbie looking for a new game. Do you guys have any suggestions?" That's like, World War III. That's the apocalypse now. And of course, you got your typical guys, your Make America Great Again crowd that says, "Hey, this game's been around 60 years, so this must be the best game." That's their only criteria. I don't understand it. But okay, but it's hilarious. It's a funny thread as usual. The same people pushing their preferred drug on a newbie. But I think this is a setup, man. This is just a guy that wants to raise hell. So he says, "Let's have some fun. Let's say I'm a newbie. I'm going to say I'm a newbie, and I'm going to come up with all these criteria, which are hilarious. You guys got to see it." He says, "Well, I have no money. My printer's no good. I've researched every game out there, and he lists all the different games. But I'm leaning towards this game and to that game because at least I can play with other people. It'll probably be easier to find people. When you don't need to have anybody living near you, you just go on rolls and give them a call. And you talk to them like we're talking right now, and you roll on rolls, and you both can see it. You don't need to have anybody in your neighborhood. You don't have to have face-to-face. If it's possible, great. If it's not possible." So anyway, I try to, I was clear in where I was coming from. I basically told them, hey, a lot of, all the games have pluses and minuses. That's the truth. Right now, what I'm playing a lot of is deep drive baseball, and I'm having fun doing it. It's, there's a lot of good things about it. I don't know if it's, the game, the best game. And I think I make it clear that, the best game is very subjective. And I don't think he's done the research, because if you watch the videos for the different games, you can decide for yourself which system most kind of fits your liking. You don't need me to tell you that, Strat is the best game or App is the best game because they've been around since the Cold War and the Cuban Missile Crisis, or that payoff pitch or, deep drive or inside pitch or whatever is the best game. That's not going to help you, because what's best game for me is not necessarily best game for you. Anyway, that's the little mini rant here. And if you guys have anything to say about it, good for you. Check that out. Delphi Tabletop. It's about, just check, click on where it says, you should see it. It should pop up right there. Newbie looking for a game, deciding on a game. And then he has a lot of obstacles. He has no money, first of all. He needs something really, really cheap. That's the number one criteria. Then he has no printer. He has a terrible printer, so he can't print out. So that he kind of makes it harder, right? So you can't say, "Oh, just get a PDF and just print out the teams you want." So then I came up with an idea of, hey, dude, you don't have to print out anything. Just, there's certain games that you can just bring up the card page on the screen. For example, Deep Drive Baseball, because that's what I'm playing right now. So I know that because I've been printing them out. But the starters are on one sheet. And I know there's a couple other games like that. I think Replay Baseball has starters on one sheet as well. And you can just bring up that one page on your printer, on your monitor, and just roll. And you don't even have to roll the dice. You don't even have to buy dice. You can just get the virtual dice roller, and you don't even have to buy score sheets. right? You can do an Excel spreadsheet if you're good at that, or if you could just get a piece of paper like half the guys that we watch do, right? They just get a piece of lined paper, or you can get the back of junk mail, right? That hasn't been printed on. Yester video makes me think this game might not be the right choice. Well, I actually shared the ID Jester video with him. Said, hey, this is a guy that has a different, he sets a criteria. Yeah, right. NPNG is a free system. Absolutely. So there's tons of free stuff out there, and lots of guys like NPNG. Now, I don't play that, but doesn't mean it's not good. I just have X amount of time available to me, and I just don't know right now if I can learn a new game. But yeah, absolutely. So going back to ID Jester, I told him, here's a guy that establishes his criteria for what is a best game. And then he tries to credit points for those criteria that he chooses. But those are his criteria, right? The fatigue system, where in this game? Okay, yeah. Well, it's basically points, and I'll show you how that works. Like Jim Cott right now, we're in the bottom of the third inning, right? There's one out. Cesar Tovar is up. He's facing Catfish Hunter. Catfish Hunter has 12 points. For every inning he goes, he loses a point. Okay? So Catfish Hunter, you also lose a point. And yeah, CP, hell, for you're stupid if you don't play. It's free. Yeah, right. It's free. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with that game. I know it is connected to APA. NPNG, right, is connected to APA in some way. It's kind of APA-ish. And it's going back. Okay, so then Catfish Hunter, every time you go around you turn the line, pitching, a no-hitter, a master, one hitter, a two hitter, a three hitter, and you're going through the lineup, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, and you do that 3 times, they give you an extra point. So that pushes you to be able to complete the game. All right. So, and you know what? If you want to let a guy go an extra endurance point that he doesn't have, okay, and this was an out. Well, I would go 50 plus 0.6 would be 56, and then I would hit or a walk. Sometimes it just makes it an out on both cards.